Hello guys, welcome to a new video. What to do if you lost motivation when you're learning languages? This is a question which people are asking me a lot. So in this video I want to give an answer on that. It's not easy to give an answer about it. But yeah, to say it shortly, I think it's important that you're still having fun learning different languages and that you don't use too much energy. Okay, so that you take breaks, and it's also very important that you have variation. So for example, if you're only studying languages with using by using books, I think it could be maybe boring after a while. And for example, you could also watch movies in different languages with the subtitles, so you can understand what it means. You could listen to music. There are many different opportunities, and later in this video, I want to talk more about that, about what other options there are, and why is it so important to still have fun learning languages. Okay, before I proceed with this video, I also want to tell guys that if you have the feeling that you need any more advice, if you lost motivation, you could send me a message on my Instagram page, and my Instagram page is the first link below this video. And if you don't use Instagram, or if you prefer sending me a message on my Facebook page, it's the second link below this video. And yeah, you can just send me a message there and I can have a look at it, and it will be my goal to reply as much messages as possible. But please don't be offended if I don't have the time to reply your message, because I'm very busy, but I will really try my best. And it will be my goal to give you motivation, so you can you can still how do you say it, find the power in order to continue practicing languages. If you want to talk about how you are keep finding motivation when you lost motivation, you can also talk about that. But you can also just ask me what you could do if you're losing motivation, and then I can have a look at your about your experience about that. So as I said, my Instagram page is the first link below this video, and my Facebook page the second link below this video. Okay, so yeah, as I said, I really like to motivate other people, and really like it to interact with my audience. So that's why I want to give you this option. But as I said, I cannot reply all my messages, but I will try my best to reply as much messages as possible. Okay, guys. So what could you do if you're losing motivation? Well, as I said before, I think watching movies is a really good one, because I think that's already something which you are probably doing in your week. During your week. The only difference is then that you're watching a movie in another language, but you are interested in languages and probably also in movies. If that's the case, then this could be a nice combination. A nice advantage of watching a movie is that you are able to to learn the language on a relaxed way. You could watch a movie which is interesting for you, so it doesn't take that much energy. If you're reading a book about grammar rules and stuff like that, it might take a lot of energy. And watching a movie is just relaxed, same as listening to music. And then a good tip is that you could write down the words which you don't know yet, okay? Because of the subtitles, you can already know what a certain word means. So what you could do, for example, if you're watching a series on Netflix and it is in another language, you could try to maybe write down 20 words per episode, and then these words will become your vocabulary list, which you can learn during your free time. And each episode you could try to learn 20 words more. But a very important thing is that you also use your experience and the words which you've learned by talking to native speakers. There are also opportunities to practice with someone online by having a Skype call, and then you could use these words which you've learned. And then each time when you watched an episode, you try to use the new words which you've learned. You could use the same strategy when you're listening to music. Just write down the words and try to construct phrases with that. You could construct different phrases and use the words as sort of puzzle pieces, okay? But why am I thinking that this is effective? Because you are using the language more in a relaxed way, music, movies, it's already in your daily life, I guess. A lot of people are listening to music, and that way it's more easy to implement language learning into your daily life. And that's something what some people are forgetting. It doesn't have to be so difficult, it can be very fun. You can even play games with people. Like, what about online games? All right, there are many people playing online games. What if you join a lobby with people who speak other languages? For example, you're learning Spanish, you can play an online game with some people speaking Spanish and then communicate in Spanish about your strategy and your plan during the game. Whatever you like, that's how fun it could be. You could play a board game and then use different languages to communicate with each other. You could play a game with people where you're trying to describe words in different languages, and then the other people has to guess which words you are describing, you know. And then the person guessing the word is learning new words maybe, and the one who's describing the word is also trying to, how do you say it, improve the description level, which is also pretty cool. Another thing is try to talk with to people, try to become friends with people, and if you are friends and if there are common things which are interesting for the both for both persons, I think when you guys want to understand each other, there's also more chance that you're also improving because your listening skills. But if someone is interesting, telling an interesting story, then it might be easier to understand that person. Okay, so try to make it relaxed and more natural. That's what I would advise, to make it more like a natural part of your life, language learning, and that's how it could be. Okay, another thing what I want to say is like about confidence. Don't be afraid about making mistakes. So many people are losing motivation because they're afraid of making mistakes or too shy to approach people. I think that when you are approaching people, you already have a lot of courage, and I think most people will respect that. Making mistakes is the most important thing of language learning, because of your mistakes you can improve. If you don't make mistakes, there's also nothing to improve, right? Just write down the mistakes, the things where you're thinking about, okay, this is not going well. Write them down, learn from your mistakes, and try to focus on that next time. And if you're having more improvement, you will also be motivated more. That's also what I notice. Okay, so that's a good one as well. And another thing which I want to say that which could be very useful is to use social media. So you could text your friends in different languages, and I use this a lot when I'm texting people in Russian. My friends, you know, so I have many Russian friends, and we just text each other, and it's getting more normal for me to write and read in Russian. So it becomes like a normal part of my routine, you know. It's just relaxed, so it doesn't feel anymore as language learning, but just as a more social part of my life. And that's the same with watching movies, listening to music, and that's also why you still get motivated, because it's not boring, it's fun, it's nice, you can laugh about it. What about making jokes with friends? Try to make jokes in different languages. Try to make it more like a challenge, you know. If language learning becomes a challenge, if there are like nice things to achieve, you know, you could make jokes where people can laugh about. You could play a game using different languages. Then there's also motivation, and you're also looking more forward to meet someone. Okay, so I often have this when I'm practicing languages with people, that I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm learning Danish next time. No, it's more like, hey, I'm playing a game in Danish, for example. You know, so this is my advice. And again, if you still have the feeling that you don't have any motivation to learn a language, or if it's too difficult for you, like, don't worry, you can text me. As I said, my Instagram page is the first link below this video, and I will try to answer your message if I can find the time. Okay, and I hope that I can motivate you guys, because that's the goal of this video. So cheers guys, and good luck with everything.